Look. I got a bunch of stuff for you coming up on Chaz and Friends, all right? I got Temp Check. I got your favorites, Dumbass of the Week, Around the Turnbuckle, but also we're talking about AEW Full Gear last night. Did Daniel Garcia and Jack Perry steal the effing show? Also, we got the GOAT talk. Bobby Heenan or Paul Heyman. Who's the GOAT? And last but certainly not the least, we found out who is number 5 on the OG bloodline, and it is none other than the 3 Count Podcast's favorite Phil, CM Punk. All of that and more right here on Chaz and Friends. Hit that disclaimer.
Warning. The following program is a collection of idiots talking about the happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, or the Infinite Plus network. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies, the 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please don't sue us.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don. Chaz Evans. You're checking out the hottest podcast in the world, the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the flow like. Hit him with a 3 count. And your boy real chicken.
Yo, it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew. It's the Capital Region's best kept secret in the dawn of the Mid-Atlantic. And this is the 3 Count Podcast presents Chaz and Friends. Let me introduce to you my friends. Introducing first, ladies and gentlemen, he is the landlord of the Dog Pound. He is a Broncos country proud supporter. He is also your current, your reigning, and defending Infinite Plus Network champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog.
What up? It is the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get a job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. Also, your second favorite frat boy on this podcast.
Introducing next, he is the Lord Twitch of House Grays. He's the only Grays that matters. And guess what? Fuck your feelings. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Twitch Grays.
And the third favorite frat boy on this podcast.
Last, but certainly not the least, ladies and gentlemen, from the depths of hell, he is the Dark Lord, the Dark Goat. He is our residential supervillain. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one-armed man, the bionic man. He is Damien Fatal.
I guess since everybody else is frat boys, I guess I'm the only nigga here. And this is where we're going at today.
All right. Welcome to the show. How's everyone doing?
I apologize if anybody was offended by that. I meant it in the most serious way possible.
He definitely did not
offended.
do it in the sincerest way as possible. He's telling so many lies in that one sentence.
I would never lie.
No.
Being said right then and there was just the lie.
I might bend the truth slightly to my advantage, but I wouldn't call it a right out lie.
Can I just point out how awkward it is that Damien is in a well-lit room?
Oh, it's because of the TV screens.
Okay.
The computer screens. That's the only reason why you're getting good lighting right now.
Oh, it's throwing me off. I'm not gonna lie.
But then you also have to remember it is daytime here on basically the West Coast.
I mean, basically the West Coast. I mean, it's true. It's true.
That's fair.
You are in Washington.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go with that. Make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. 3count_pod on X, Twitter. Also, we're on Blue Sky. Yeah, I forgot about almost that one. Yeah, we're on Blue Sky. 3countpod.bluesky. Whatever that whole social.
Just type in 3 Count Pod.
Yeah, you'll find us. You know how to find us if you're really trying to find us. You'll find us. But make sure you hit that like button on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Hit that subscribe button every day. Tell your friends about us. Tell your mama, your daddy, your bald head granny. Tell them about the 3 Count podcast. Let's get to it. Temp check. Temp check, for those of you who don't know, that's where me and my friends, we give you our hottest and our coldest wrestlers going into this week. Full Gear was last night, so I'm pretty excited to hear some of you guys' picks. Let's start with you, Damien. You're the one I'm most excited about.
Hottest wrestler, CM Punk. Coldest, the whole entire AEW roster for the bullshit that I had to watch.
Oh my God.
From 0 hour to the end. And my match of the week is Montez Ford versus Tommaso. I enjoyed that. What? Why are you making a face, Chaz? Look. You want me to tell you what the best part of that whole entire show?
What? The end.
No, besides that. Besides seeing the logo come up saying that the pay-per-view is over.
What, Damien?
You really want to know?
At this point, yes.
What was the second? It was a QT Marshall and AJ. Yeah, that was the match that I enjoyed the most. And the less that I critiqued. Bro, you know it's bad when my wife is sitting here going, what the fuck is going on? Enough said.
Anybody want to go next? Y'all can go.
Jericho doesn't even get my coldest wrestler. The whole roster gets it.
Right. That's why I'm like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's why I'm like this. Because, like, go ahead. Just so you want to go Twitch?
Sure, I'll go.
Go. Like, somebody got to.
My hottest of the week, I agree with Damien, CM Punk. My coldest of the week, Mercedes Moné. That girl is more repetitive than RVD.
Ooh. At least you didn't say.
Well, don't.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You're not.
I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with Chaz.
My wife
no,
is
you're
very
not.
disappointed
You're
in
not
that
wrong
match.
about that. But it's just funny because you keep going. I'll go. I'll come back. I'll come at the end. Just y'all are wild. Oh my goodness.
My match of the week, to be completely honest, I agree again with Damien. It was Tommaso Ciampa and Ford. It was solid, man.
It was
It
solid.
really was a solid match. Like the whole thing from beginning to end was really solid. I fucked with it hard.
All right, I'll go because the two of you have just literally killed my whole temp check. Like, I'm gonna keep it a butt like you did. Like, my match of the week is Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander from last night.
Really?
I liked that match.
Really?
Lot.
Go away.
She took me out of that.
That's crazy. I like that match.
It's you know what? Let me tell you what ruined it for me.
But I will say this: before Full Gear, Montez Ford is like I have it written down. Like, I had that match as my match of the week. So I was watching SmackDown, so that was my match of the week. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Mercedes and Chris Statlander.
It was the finish.
I like the fact that they went 20-something minutes. That I was like,
it's the finish. It's the finish. The way that the finish came off for me, it was a bit. It was a little bit wonky. For me, I think that's what took me out of Full Gear. Period. The finishes to most of the matches, they were just like, what the fuck. The card on paper was pretty solid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, wait a minute, we were talking about this Full Gear card like 2 weeks ago, and was like, wait a second, this is like even you were in your car, Damien. We're gonna pull it up.
No, you're right. The card was looking solid.
As you know, you had your like
right. I mean,
maybe
what you're
this
talking
card
about.
isn't so bad.
But what you're saying though,
my eyes out today, my watching, like, dude, this was what you said.
but bro, what you're saying though, like, is on paper, like, yeah, we all agreed that show was looking low key fire, but it was essentially, the Lakers in the 2000s when it was Shaq and Kobe and Derek Fisher and Karl Malone and Steve Nash, and you're like, yeah, this team is fire on paper. They should go undefeated, and guess what? Didn't happen. Execution was
man.
poor.
It's just I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I came in to the show, was expecting that, hey, we're gonna rave about an AEW pay-per-view again. It has been years since we have done this.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Like, as a group.
Well, I mean, I haven't given mine yet, so yeah, we'll go from there.
So my hottest wrestler is Bobby Lashley. Yeah, getting a dub over Swerve. It means something. My coldest wrestler is not a wrestler; it's a company. Fightful gets coldest wrestler or coldest person of the week for Temp Check.
What you gotta explain this?
Well, so, okay, I'll explain. Kate from Fightful, and this isn't. I don't want to say this isn't a knock on Kate because Kate's really cool. I've had interactions with her on Twitter. She's cool. It's her question is just she was the wrong person to ask the question to Bobby as far as the question as far as regarding whether or not how does it feel for him being in a place where black champions there is a thing. Shit, and it's got a lot of backlash last night and today. So yeah, she gets it from me. Well, not she, but the company itself, Fightful. But yeah, that's my Temp Check. What you got, Cliff?
All right. Well, for me, hottest wrestler of the week, I have to agree. CM Punk definitely. It is what it is, man. Like, it is. Coldest wrestler of the week for me, because nobody else will say it, so I'll just go ahead and say it right here. Chris Jericho. Snarf.
He wasn't on the pay-per-view. Surprisingly shocking.
Yep. My match.
Good. He's the Ring of Honor champion. I would hope he'd be on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Probably
he should be, but I mean,
he'll be everywhere.
Hopefully he's got malaria or something.
Yeah, damn. But my match of the week actually, and it's kind of funny because this morning I woke up after watching the show last night, watching SmackDown and Raw. I think my match of the week is actually Sheamus versus Braun Breaker.
That was really up there.
Good.
Yes.
That was also a really good one too.
It just sucks that it was on Monday. That's the thing. I agree with you. Yes. Now that you brought it back up, yes, that was a great. Oh, man,
that was a really fire match.
It was a fun match.
Yeah. All right, so folks, let us know in the chat what you think is your match of the week, your hottest and coldest wrestlers. So let's go to the comments before we get our first.
What do you do?
Hey, that's my guy.
Giving Chaz his 10s for his announcing skill when his wrestling career doesn't work out. He has some fall back.
Thanks.
Damien, y'all been live for 2 minutes, sir. When y'all start, Damien always has light by the end of the show. Not so much.
That's funny. Yeah. That's funny. I thought about that last week. Because last week it was because you were in the car as well. And you can really tell when it just, as the show goes on, all you see is Damien's goddamn teeth.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Was that SmackDown? They recorded 2 shows. Fire. Yeah, I would expect it because, they're going to give them,
Oh, yeah, the break, the holidays.
Yeah, they're giving
Thanksgiving off. Which is actually super cool. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
At this era with Hunter, double recording shows and stuff like that to get people hyped. I can truly appreciate that. Show last night was an extended Dynamite with Mania 31 levels of overbooking at the end. They should have gave us that shit for free, bruh. Mid. Upset to say that too. AEW zealots don't attack. Yeah, no doubt. I agree. I
have to agree too. It literally felt like Dynamite. I'm not gonna lie, it was like a longer Dynamite with some interesting angles. Some of the stuff I was disappointed in. I did. Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher did not disappoint.
No.
I'm happy that Fletcher got the dub.
But also, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
He just
this.
said a nice thing about Will Ospreay.
This isn't gonna be a hot take for anybody else who's wondering. That tombstone on the stairs, not fucking necessary.
Yeah, and it was like, and that was one of the things that was like, yo, why? Like, why?
Look at this man. Look at this man cheesing.
So it was like little things. Yes, I'm happy that Bobby got a W. However, he made a former AEW world champion look like garbage. Like, my wife was like, who is this jobber that Bobby Lashley's beating up? And it's just because of I felt like Swerve should have got a hell of a lot more offense.
All right, hold up. Sasha is greater than Mercedes. This run lightweight killing the legacy. I don't think so.
I just don't think she's connecting like she should be.
Yeah, she's not connecting with the audience. I think that's the problem. Because a lot of the wrestlers, the women that she's wrestling, they're getting over, and the crowd is enjoying whoever it is. It's just she's not connecting with the crowd, and I don't know. And maybe it's an AEW crowd not wanting to accept Mercedes as one of their own, right? But yeah, there's something. There's a disconnect.
Yeah, there's something wrong, and that's kind of what took me out of the match in itself. It was like that, and it was just a little bit wonky. It was just like some certain little things, like you could tell that Swerve and Lashley were in there together for the first time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Their chemistry wasn't clicking like it should have.
SRS about to sneak
that
this.
That comment that's hilarious.
That is.
The
SRS about to sneak this. Yeah, SRS. Sean Ross Sapp about to sneak dissing on Twitter now. Whatever. We ain't scared. If anything, that's going to shine a light on us. Thanks.
Well, yes, it's funny. I actually challenged him to a match on Blue Sky. He responded. He goes, "Hey, pitch it to me when I'm feeling good about myself, and pick a charity, and we can make it work." Well, all right then.
Well, that's easy.
Exactly.
I can think of a charity right now that we could definitely support, especially coming out of DC. And I know a certain former WWE superstar, for currently top heel TNA superstar, who would love to put that match on. Agreed with the Fightful nomination, 100%. I think if you it's just something about asking certain questions. Like, you've got to kind of like know your place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense.
I'm not gonna go to an event and say, "Hey, Mercedes, Mercedes, how's it feel to be in a company where you're the top black champion?" Like, why? What I want to ask that? Why? I'd be like, "Hey, yo, Malcolm, ask this question for me real quick."
Right.
Yeah, even when the scrum was happening live, even I went, ooh. Yeah. There are things that aren't just meant for you, and I hate to say it like that, but it just because and I don't want it to feel like we're bashing Kate, because Kate's an awesome person. Kate's cool. And I don't believe what she was doing had ill intent.
Oh God, no, I don't think so either. It's just the way that it came out.
It's just the way that it came out, and it's just the fact that her being a Caucasian woman, and you just that racial thing. It's a hard thing to go by. To tread on that. That's a hard line, and it sucks. But the stuff that's being said on Twitter now, and this will probably get into Dumbass of the Week. Which will probably be the IWC, but like the stuff going on, like even as we speak right now, the vile, the hateful stuff is not necessary. It not necessary, and it's disgusting. But yeah, man, it's a tough thing because especially for her, because it's not her. And I just want to and I'm gonna every time we bring this up today, I'm gonna make sure I say it's not her, because she's getting a lot of hate. A lot of vile stuff, thrown at her way today, and it's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary. She went. Like, I don't think she did that out of ill intent.
No, absolutely not. Kate, it's just it
That
sucks.
poor
It sucks because she likes
Heat
it.
of the moment.
Yeah, it's ugh. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to that verse debate topic because I thought we were gonna all talk about this match and how great it was, and Damien said the whole roster gets the coldest, so I don't think they stole the show for him. But all right, so Jack Perry, Daniel Garcia TNT Championship match. Did they steal the show? Damien, go first, damn it. And where's your put you?
You know what they stole? They stole my innocence.
Oh my God, that must not have been much.
No, not really. The match wasn't much. I'm happy that Daniel Garcia finally took the title off of Jungle Jerk Off. So, like, you know,
Ooh, jerk off.
match decent. Could have been on Collision. Would have been all right with that. But I'm happy that happy that Daniel got some good shine on a pay-per-view. But no, it was all right.
You've been hanging out with Bischoff.
It was okay.
You've been
All
hanging. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yesterday, right? You were watching the show with Bischoff and Cornette. That's right? And so that
It
now
might
you got
be.
their
It could be.
you got
However,
their you know their takes are now your takes. Okay, got it.
No. Look. No offense or anything, but by like towards the end of the match, either when they were outside, like somebody was hitting the crack pipe because like he was like getting hit way too much to just be standing there and taking it. Just saying, it was a bit much. It was a bit much. Okay, it was a bit much. That's all I'm saying.
All
So
right.
that's how I feel about it.
Go ahead, Cliff.
D-.
D minus is wild. Twitch, it's okay. Take a deep breath, bro. Take a deep breath. He almost threw his headphones.
I can't. This haberdashery that is going on right now. I want you to know, Damien, you are out of fucking line.
No, I'm not. I am speaking my truth.
Fuck
Wait,
your
wait.
truth.
Your truth, yes, but it can
think
be.
of that.
Look, Damien, it can be your truth. Doesn't make it a fact.
It is because it's my truth.
No, it's not.
Well, this is my truth right here. Hold on.
Facts.
Damien.
Facts. We gotta get a new one with Damien on there now.
Look, it's all good. It's just my opinion.
You're entitled to
Your
your wrong
opinion.
opinion, as you all tell me.
Hey, if y'all feel that it's wrong, it's okay.
I don't feel anything.
I'm all right with being on the other side of the fence.
You're giving it a D minus.
I'm being
Literally
a dick about that. I'm being a dick.
half
I'm
step
being a
before
dick.
a failing grade. You're
I'm-
crazy.
I'm being a dick.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
being a
6
dick.
degrees. I was like, these get degrees too, right? You don't count with anything.
I'm being really, really judgmental because I was really upset about the show, and that's the last thing of wrestling that I saw, so I'm not happy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say no. It didn't steal the show. As long as Will Ospreay was on that match, because let's be real, man, that match was it. We knew it was gonna have some high expectations for Will, and it not only just had achieved those, it eclipsed those. So I did like Daniel Garcia's match. I did like the way it ended. I did like the fact that he won the title. Spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Tough breaks. But I just, at the end of the day, man, like, you saw Will Ospreay on this card, and every match that he seems to put on seems to get, like, elevate higher and higher and higher. And it's so hard to be like, no, this match was better than that one. When I was like, no, it
But
can't be.
This match at Full Gear told a story. That's
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah.
It had history. It told a story.
Yeah.
That's why I said, if I really have to be honest, I'm not going to be. The main part of the show, that's probably the match that had my attention the most.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't watch it live. I watched it in parts, so I was able to skip through some of the shit that
Plus, I don't think you've ever watched an AEW pay-per-view live.
Yeah, I have.
In a long time.
It's been a couple times. We did react.
Besides, I'm talking about besides those. Those, you have no choice.
No.
So you have no choice but to do those live. Like,
I know. I know.
I was like, willingly, no, he has not.
Yeah, not willingly.
Other than that, then
not willingly. It's always been with a gun to my head. So.
All right. Look, did it steal the show? No. I enjoyed the match. I did, but it's the third best match on that card. It's the third.
You know match. Let me interrupt you real quick. You know what my problem is that you put these topics together every morning.
Yes.
I low key every time read these topics. I'm like, ain't no fucking way he believes this shit. And then you come and prove me right on the show that you the one that said, Jack, I 100% expected you to be like, yeah, it sold the show, and here's my reasons why. Then you're like, nah, third best.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, so I'm gonna tell you how I get these topics. I literally get on the internet and I just see what the fuck people are talking about. I go through what's trending and I just see what people are like talking about. And this was something that people were talking about. They were
smoking the same crack.
There are legitimate people who were claiming this match as match of the year.
Oh, they were smoking crack. That's all.
Like that. Like I want to put it out there. So like I get where you're coming from, Cliff. But like, yeah, no, I don't. I think the match is good. Absolutely, third best. Will Ospreay will take the cake every time. You can't tell me anything that the GOAT can't do. Okay, that Billy Goat Gruff. All right, Will Ospreay, fire every time. I also believe that the Mercedes Moné match was a better match than this. Now, Perry and Daniel Garcia is not bad. It was good. It's just, as we already stated, this was a stacked card from jump.
I would have put the main event as match number 2. And I can't stand really neither one of those two. But the story made sense. The smaller guy getting the fucking annihilated.
Oh, he got it.
That made sense. I was okay with the blood. I was okay with all of it. All of the crazy shit that happened in that match, except for the very end.
The end. I thought the end was fucking insane.
It was crazy. It for me. The end was just like, okay, overkill. Why? Yeah. Like, all right. So Christian made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck, Hangman was out there for. And like, you hit the one guy and you just stood there and looked at Mox. What the fuck? Why didn't that? Just why? But Christian made sense, and I think everybody else after that kind of made sense. It was just, why the fuck was Hangman out there?
He's the golden.
And then I know why Jay White came out there to go after, Hangman. That made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's. It makes sense. He attacked him going up the ramp, so it made sense why he came out there. But I don't know. It was just fucking weird. The car crash. Why? The fuck? I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Did you see that part where Tony said it wasn't a stunt double? Like that was Darby.
Yeah, I know it was because he came out bleeding. He looked like he just had a car crash.
Well,
crazy ass white boy.
He did have a car crash. It wasn't like he had a car.
I know he did have one. God damn it! God, he's crazy. My wife was like, "We're not accepting him."
we talking crazy. Like we don't know that Darby Allin legitimately faked an episode of Sex Put Me in the ER.
That shit.
For some money,
you get a payday.
He did do that.
You get a payday.
Hey, look,
you hired a random actress to do it.
Look, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. I ain't mad at him for that. I don't know something. I don't know what it is about Darby. I like the kid. I don't think I've ever said anything bad about him.
You've never. Yeah, there's nothing.
He's just
besides he's batshit crazy. Why the fuck are you doing this? You got forsaking moron. That's probably the worst thing you've said.
Yeah. Besides that, he's very fucking talented. He can work his fucking ass off. I love the fucking gimmick. I love the fucking character because it's real. It's fucking him. That's why I fuck with it. So there you go. It was crazy. This God damn it. Fucking
What you got, Twitch?
This was a solid match. Did it steal the show? No. Like everybody else has said. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, in my opinion. I agree with you. Third best match. I would go Hangman and Jay White before I put.
That wasn't a bad.
That wasn't a bad
It had
match.
a
It was solid.
It had a good story to it too, as well.
Exactly.
And actually, I think it's one of the finishes that I actually enjoyed. The way that it was just out of the reversal. That was okay with me. Go ahead.
I agree with everybody else. It's cool to see Daniel Garcia take the title away from Jack Perry. To put Damien in his place, I don't think this was a D- fucking match.
Okay, C-.
I think you were dipping into Tony Khan's stash right there.
I was.
I would give this a solid for Jack Perry. I would give this a solid B.
You know why I was in his stash? Because I watched the whole show.
That is a logical explanation. I can't even argue that. It's a logical explanation for you.
I like it.
Man. All right, what's the comments looking like? I know they probably got something to say about this.
Well, so far, actually, fun fact, we have one. It's just right
Damien
there.
is the voice.
Voice of the voiceless.
All right, Damien got fans.
You are not.
Yes,
Don't let him inflate your ego. Because
Yeah,
I remember a time you hated and cursed the name of Phil Brooks.
Yes, I did. I can admit that. I was on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember those days too. But those days are gone because he's on the 3 Count Podcast's favorite Phil.
True that.
Definitely.
All right, Damien, you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. IWC. Tony Khan for putting on a 7-hour Dynamite. And Chris Jericho for being Chris Jericho. Is anybody else? Is there anybody else that I'm missing? I feel like somebody did something really dumb this week.
Trying to think of
it was
anybody.
I don't know.
Nobody did anything like really stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the dumb ones who thought that Seth Rollins should really be the 5th member. Like we didn't have a whole year worth of build of him saying I hate Roman and all this. And
right?
No. It's going to be Seth busting weed.
It would have made Seth look like a dumbass if he had.
Yeah, like it makes him a hypocrite.
Yeah. No, he did the right thing of completely refusing even with the interference. That right there showed me that man's got backbone.
Right. It was like don't forget like the mind games that Seth did when he was facing Roman. Like that man came out in Shield getup when they had their match. Like no. That man Seth said, no, I'm gonna stand on my word. I'm gonna stand on business. Okay. No, I ain't teaming with that man.
I can see
Take
him
his little
getting involved
6
in
foot,
the
whatever
game
he is, Samoan long-haired self up out of here. We ain't teaming with him.
I can see him maybe getting involved in that War Games match out of spite. He got two people in that match that he cannot stand teaming up on the same team.
Oh, you're right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
True.
I mean, I know he don't fuck with Solo, but I'm just saying. Let's and Bronson. But you got 2 other people that you cannot fucking stand to be around on the same team. And they're on the same team. Yeah, I don't know. I'd interfere just on GP.
At this point, you might as well say he hates every single person in the match.
He kind of does. He's not really cool. Well, he said he likes Jay and Sammy.
He's lying.
I don't know how he feels about Jimmy. And he doesn't care about the Tongans or Jacob. So, I mean, it's a good portion, about half half the people he don't fuck with.
The Tongans and Jacob are related to Roman. He should hate them out of general principle.
He probably does.
He's like, yeah, you're related. I hate you too. Hey, look, it works out for Kendrick.
Yes.
Why can't it work for Seth? Roman!
Oh, shit.
All right, so look, IWC, Tony Khan, and Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right,
I think that's it.
that's the tweet. It is posted. So go ahead on our Twitter page, 3count_pod, and go vote on who should be Damien's dumbass of the week. All right, and then at the end of the show, we are going to announce who is the dumbass of the week. I forgot 2 weeks in a row. I won't forget this time. As we're 36 minutes in, we'll see how long if I can remember afterwards. All right.
Right.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Absolutely. Until, well, that friend isn't a friend and he's back to being your enemy again. And yeah.
But in this case, like, who would be Seth's ally if he was the enemy of my enemy, right? It's not like
Sammy.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Sammy. That's the only one is Sammy.
Yeah, it's really
makes
scary.
Yeah.
How about it?
yeah.
That's probably the only person he likes out of all 10 of those people.
Well, no, what I mean is, like, so if Seth says that he wouldn't team with the fake Roman, right, and that he wouldn't ever team with Roman, and he doesn't like Punk, what side would he have chosen? Like, if he has to choose a side, like, if he has to ally with one, is he allied?
Oh, he's definitely he
Solo?
would choose Solo. He would choose Solo.
You think he chose Solo?
I
I
think.
don't know with Bronson over there. I don't know about
Well,
that.
no, you're right. Well, I forgot that Bronson's. Yeah, I forget Bronson's in that equation.
It's kind of hard, right? It's like
Yeah,
really.
I don't know.
I think
I think
the
that
fuck
man
out
just
of
says,
it.
I'll skip the week.
I think he goes with Sammy and Jimmy and Jay. Like, he already told him that. Like, he told him that on Monday. Like, he said,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with y'all.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
did.
I just won't team with Roman. He's like, and it kills me to say that. But then also, like, Punk's over there. But on the other side, he just had this man who gave him 6 tsunamis to start this whole thing off. So he's like, yeah, you know, fuck that guy, fuck Solo, and I don't even know the other 3, but fuck them guys too. If you do my friends, all right, I'm gonna go with my 3 friends versus and the other 2 I can't stand, and the 5 individuals I want to
Do
just
not like.
destroy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's low key funny. All right, let's do it. Goat talk.
Ooh, this is
Who's
hard.
the GOAT? All right, yeah. Paul Heyman makes his triumphant return, and the discussions are starting back up. Who is the GOAT as far as managers? Bobby Heenan, Paul Heyman. Let's start with you, Cliff.
Paul. Not even a thought process for me. And as great as Bobby was, right? As great as he is ever, right? It was something that that he said, that Paul said on First Take when when Stephen A was like, well, wouldn't you think who else wouldn't you think is the GOAT? You know, what about Bobby? And he's like, who cares? He's dead. He's like, I'm the GOAT. And I was like, yes, you are. Just for that comment. Yes, you are. I mean, look at but look at he is the Phil Jackson of wrestling. Like, he literally he could take okay talent and make it somewhat good, right? But he could take great talent and make them Hall of Famers. And it's like he just elevates everybody around him. So it's like, it's hard for me to say nah, you know what I mean? Like, let's look, like Paul White is a Paul Heyman guy, RVD. I know 2 people here who don't like him. It is what it is.
No, it is what it is, but he's a Paul
Dreamer, ECW, just in general, the whole entire
in general.
brand. Like, he did it, right? Then you look at Brock, you look at Roman, you look at, Punk. Like, Look at those guys, man. Like
Taker.
Cesaro was getting over. Taker. Yeah, I mean, like,
Curtis Axel at one point was getting over when Heyman was fucking with him.
bruh, Ryback was getting over.
Yeah.
Yes, Ryback.
I was about to say that.
Cesaro.
So it's
Yo.
like everything he touches is actually gold. It is.
Yeah, that man is just lightning with everybody. I'm not saying
Dangerous
Bobby
Alliance.
doesn't either.
Look at the
I'm not-
Dangerous Alliance. All the people that he had in the Dangerous Alliance. Look where.
Bruh.
Look what they all became.
I'm saying.
I think every one of them's Hall of Famer, right?
Right. In one sense or the other. 'Cause, I mean, I know because I don't think is Rhino in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Rhino's in.
Not yet.
But he's in the
Rhino's
TNA
in
one.
TNA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's in the TNA Hall of Fame. He's still a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, regardless. Yeah, he's just still a Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
if you think about everybody in the Dangerous Alliance, like it's either Hall of Fame or a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just when I look at it, I'm like, God dang, it's hard for me to say no. Like I look at Paul's and I get it. We probably need somebody in here that's older than Damien and myself and Twitch to be able to justify Bobby. But like when I look at Bobby, I'm just like I like Bobby's work. I do understand like his place in history. But it's just something about Paul Heyman's deliveries and his promos, man, that just every time I hear him, I'm just like either I really hate him or I really like him.
Okay. I'll go. Yeah, it's Paul Heyman. It's Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has how many world champions has he managed? This is so Brock, Roman, CM Punk, who else? RVD.
Yeah.
Big Show.
I was gonna say technically you say Cesaro because he was a ROH world champion.
Yep.
True,
You can put him on that. Taker.
What you call it? Kurt Angle.
Kurt.
Yeah.
So
And the
Bobby
list is
was
still,
more
and it's
of
list is still
manager.
going.
Bobby was the manager. It was like, all right, I'm gonna get you to the title, but then I'm gonna screw you right after. Like I feel like that was like the Bobby Heenan formula. Bobby Heenan he'll get you there. He'll get you to the dance. Oh, you got the belt? Yeah. Kick in the dick. I got this other guy here. I'm trying to get him the belt now. Whereas Paul was legit, man. He got you the belt, and he stuck with you while you held the belt, even sometimes after the belt. And like, actually, I'm gonna look at because I think. Hold on. I want to make sure I got the actual number. Okay, 6. So as far as WWE concerned, Paul Heyman's managed 6 world champions in WWE. So Big Show, Kurt Angle, RVD, Punk, Lesnar, and Roman Reigns. So we named them all. But yeah, man. I mean, we were naming talents off the rip, like who has worked with Paul. Like, let's just be real. Do we think Brock Lesnar would be Brock Lesnar without Paul Heyman? Be honest. Do we?
Yeah.
I don't know, because
I think Paul Heyman actually helped elevate him to something superior.
Exactly, and also
he was talking for him.
Exactly, it was the talking. I don't think Paul. I don't think Brock would be, Brock Lesnar without Paul. I mean, we saw when Brock came back, and they were trying to do it without Heyman, and how it just, this you still can't talk, dog. So, nah, man, like, all respect to Bobby Heenan. And Bobby Heenan is, in the Mount Rushmore of managers. When you look at the blueprint of managers, people talk Bobby Heenan. But if you want to talk the GOAT and the greatest of all time, it's the man that's still living, still breathing, and still doing it. It's Paul Heyman. All right, who wants to go next?
I can go next.
I agree.
Oh, you go next. You go next.
Yeah, I'll go. I agree with one of the comments that I see. Bobby Heenan, like without Bobby Heenan, will we have a Paul Heyman?
No, that 100%.
Definitely 100%. No.
Yeah, that's why I said what I said. Like, hey, this man, like, he set the benchmark.
He did.
He did. But to agree with everybody, it's Heyman. Like, you got people who couldn't fucking speak. Brock over. You got Ryback over. the list goes on, like everybody has already said. Like the facial expressions of Paul Heyman alone are just add so much to the story, and you don't see that with other managers. It just seems very, very stale with them, to where he brings you into the story so much that it makes it that much more believable. So no, I go Paul Heyman.
Okay, so this is hard for me because, like, ironically enough, I saw both kind of pretty much at the same fucking time. Heenan at his best, and then that young up and comer and Paul Heyman with like the Dangerous Alliance and some of the stuff that he was doing, you know, in the territories before that. Even like the stuff with like Cornette and Heyman, that shit was epic. You know, Heenan for me, I think this is where it separates. Heenan for me sometimes took away from the people that he was managing because he was like, you know what I mean, over the top.
Over the top.
Yeah. Like, yes, he managed a lot of people with Mr. I see the comments right here. Like, you know, Mr. Wonderful, Arn and Tully, Rick Rude, Harley Race. Like he managed some really big, like, you know, Mr. Perfect, the Barbarian.
Yeah.
You know, he managed a lot of, like, you know, real up there high echelon talent that if we didn't have those talents and Bobby Heenan, we wouldn't have Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman guys. You know what I mean? But Paul Heyman, I have to pick Heyman because he took what Heenan was doing and perfected it. And what I mean by perfecting it is that Heyman doesn't take away from who he manages and who he backs. He adds to it. And he knows how to do that and still just add to it. His return.
Yeah.
He came back at the perfect time. Think about it. No other big returns. Didn't take away from Punk being introduced as the fifth man.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to go with Paul Heyman. As much as I would love to pick Bobby Heenan, I have to pick Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Like, he is definitely the GOAT when it comes to manager. Like, if we do best managers of all time, Heyman's got to be number one. Like, hands down. I don't think there is anybody else. He might be the top 5 spots.
Oh my goodness.
And like all iterations throughout the decades. You know what I mean? This is what it is.
Yeah, man, it's hard.
It is.
You want to pick Bobby, and I get why, and like I get why the those who side with Bobby Heenan are like, are crazy. No, Bobby Heenan is, and I completely understand that, and likewise on Paul Heyman's side, like I get both sides. It's for me, it's that, like Damien said. And I think I made the comment, I think I said it off air, but like, you got to learn how to walk before you can run. You learn how to run before you can jump, all that. But that's kind of what Bobby was. Bobby was us getting there, you know? Like, What really can we do with this manager position? And I think now with Heyman, you know, kicks it out the park. So that's, and I'm agree with Dean, and we'll do it. I got another Twitter question. Who's the GOAT? We're going to put it up to you guys. So go ahead. The tweet has been posted.
This might have to be a permanent thing. We might have to be a permanent, like, middle
Goat talk?
topic. Yeah.
Goat talk.
Always the
Goat
second
talk.
always the second topic. I think we might have to do this.
All right, that might be a thing. Yeah, this is like what the second week we've done this. The second time we've done the goat.
Yeah. I think we should keep it. I think it's a good conversation. It's a hard one sometimes too.
So I'm gonna go through some of these comments right now. So you forget again, I'm sure. Oh yeah, for
for the
last
dumbass of the week, I
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
will. Well, now I
KO.
won't, because now that I know that we have another question, I definitely won't forget now.
I
Well,
might
hold
be
on,
outside
KO.
myself.
KO for what? What was the
Oh, so we talking about someone in also, on the other side of Sammy.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I might be outside myself with this, but I honestly did not think Punk was going to be the 5th member, and I was
Neither
genuinely
did I.
shocked.
neither did
I like it.
Neither did I.
All right.
I definitely had the Rock. I had the Rock.
Yep.
Just to be
I
that
was.
shock.
Oh, did me and you, Corey, talk about this?
Yeah,
I
we
think
talked about it.
briefly. And I
We
know
talked about
me
it
and
last-
you, Cliff, talked about it briefly. Me and Justin talked about it briefly. It was one of those where it was like Punk was an idea, but it was like, but is he gonna do it? Like, is he gonna do it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the way that they're doing it, it just fucking makes sense.
Mhm.
It's one of those where it was like, well, fuck.
Right,
It makes
because
sense.
he's not, because look, like the story is it's very clear. Punk's not there for Roman.
Exactly.
He's there for Paul.
Exactly.
All right, Solo and them took out Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
My man Punk said, "Fuck that."
And then you also got to remember that Roman
Man was
made
coming
the
out,
promise.
came out gorilla, taping his hands still. Said, fuck all that.
But
man.
you also got to remember the promise that Heyman asked Roman to not to not touch Punk. That was
Right.
the only favor that he's ever asked. Not touch Punk. So it kind of makes sense. It's that long fucking term story.
Yep.
Seth World Order. Well, also remember too, there was the point where Solo was gonna beat up. They were like trying to get Paul to acknowledge him as a tribal chief, and remember CM Punk was in the ring,
Yeah.
and he was like, "If I do you this one favor, what's one favor you want me to do?" And he was like, "Take me with you."
Yeah. That was great. That was
That was
fucking
great.
amazing. I
That was
loved all of that.
The Seth World Order. We got Cornette actually is part of this talk.
Cornette should definitely be in the conversation for one of the greatest managers.
Cornette had Mantar. I agree. I
I remember that.
Would the old WCW had been as good without Cornette? This is true. WCW wouldn't have been as good without Cornette. But that also goes back to the other point that we would make is that ECW wouldn't be where it was if it wasn't for Paul Heyman.
Exactly.
Paul Jones was horrible. JJ Dillon was just a figurehead.
And that's kind of sad because you're right. You can't put JJ Dillon in even in the top 10
Bobby
for
Heenan was
managers
the
because he didn't
innovator.
do anything.
Bobby Heenan was the innovator, but
Yeah.
I would still say that if Bobby Heenan is Chuck Daly, a pretty famous coach, right,
Yeah.
for the Dream Team, Phil Jackson is what Paul Heyman is.
Yeah, definitely, hands down.
The way he interacted with Monsoon in the manner he did while being good friends with him, this is true.
Yeah.
Then Mr. Golden lists off a bunch of people.
Yeah, he did.
Damn.
Yeah, he did.
Mr. Golden said, "I got my receipts. I got my stats."
But
it's funny because you mentioned, okay, so there's a lot of great names in here to include the High Chief as well as the Brainbusters. One in particular that's in here is Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect never won a championship.
No, he didn't. Nothing big. He won the
but he was amazing. Like let's keep it 100. Mr. Perfect was amazing. But again, when we look at world champions, we're looking at someone like we're looking at Roman and things like that. So, Paul Heyman facials alone can deliver a compelling story. He's just golden.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, Heenan was 20 years old, so of course he's still alive. I can't believe people are throwing things at Hulk Hogan. I mean, I knew it should have happened a long time ago.
Oh yeah, when he turned.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Also, though, which side is he on? They're like, what do you mean? Which side is he on? Did Heyman ever wear a weasel suit?
No,
Did
he
he?
did not.
No.
No, but he is a weasel in a suit.
Yes, he is. He is the weasel in the suit.
Hey,
You're
yo.
correct. You are
That's the
correct.
tweet right there.
You are correct.
I'll be here all week.
The GOAT talk should definitely be a secondary question for Twitter, 100%.
All day.
Heenan and Heyman had the best Hall of Fame speeches, 100%.
Yeah, they did.
From what I hear, both were walking contradictions. Yes.
Yeah.
Biggest dumbass of all time is Khan or Jericho. Yeah, and here it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Seth and KO, Bad Blood, and the Brooklyn Brawler.
Hey, Brooklyn Baller pinned Triple H on SmackDown.
Yes, he did.
Intercontinental. Yep, he was definitely champion. Older. Good comeback, Twitch.
All right, let's move on. Move on to our next topic. Actually, what is our next topic? Oh, yeah. It's our favorite film.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Let's definitely talk about this because this was fucking epic.
So,
I had to change my underwear after SmackDown.
You don't have a sock for that?
Nah. See, I use ankle socks, so it's not big enough. So,
Oh my God, here we go.
So, all right, back to wrestling. This past Friday on SmackDown, good gracious, Paul Heyman is came back. All right, the wise man has returned, and well, he brought the fifth member, and the fifth member is, as we've been saying all show, our favorite Phil in wrestling, your favorite Phil in wrestling, the greatest Phil in all of wrestling. All right, CM Punk will be entering War Games. What are your thoughts? I know we were kind of like briefly touching on it when we were talking about the GOAT talk, but yeah, what are your thoughts? CM Punk, OG Bloodline, War Games. Let's start with you, Twitch.
I am fucking here for all of it. Give me all of it all day long. I can't wait for it. It is going to be pure fucking violence, and I love it.
We bring pure violence. We be pure ignorance.
No. We're talking
every
about
time
CM
someone
Punk.
says pure violence, I just can't not hear my thing.
I totally get it.
It's like I can't.
can't even be mad about it.
Like I can't. Like you said, I went. Oh, pure violence. We be pure ignorant. In the back, I was like, oh crap, no, he's not talking about.
It is a catchy song. I will give you
It's
that.
too fucking catchy. Like just the sidebar. JD, shout out to JD the Junior who did our theme song. I'm being completely transparent on this one. When he first sent the song, I was not a fan of it. I was like, it's cool. And I was like, I just can't see us walking. Then we came out to it and it caught on. And then everyone else started catching on to it. And it came to where, yeah, man, I like it. We be pure violence. I got white people coming up to me doing the gritty. We be pure violence. We be pure. I said, what is going on? Man,
we're doing a remix when I make my debut.
All right, bet.
And I'm going to jump on it.
All right, bet. I mean, we still trying to shoot the video for it too, but that's another here or there. But yeah, go ahead, Cliff.
Twitch, you finish your point though?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm here for the violence.
Yeah, no, it was cool to see, especially because like with the story being told that way it was, and trying to contact Paul and then Paul coming through with like a fifth member, right? It was definitely cool to see. I'm definitely curious about where the story goes from here because there was that interaction between the two where Roman was like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" And then he's and he was like, "I'm not here for this. Is in between us. This is for him." And he was like, "He's my wise man." He's like, "We'll see." So it's definitely cool to see that there's like some stories that are still developing even inside of what's going to be happening at Survivor Series. So I'm here for all of it. I can't wait. I don't know if I haven't told you guys this, but now you guys know. Well, you guys are gonna know. I will not be watching Survivor Series live. I have to watch it the next day because I will actually be at a wrestling show.
Oh, you're booked.
Hey, look, real life first. Real life first.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Well,
Where you booked at?
For those now who are gonna find out, Focus Pro Wrestling in Braintree, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So we have the Widowmaker, so you guys can be there on the 30th, or you guys can watch Survivor Series. I would say come see yours truly, but yeah, you know,
We'll
that's
be doing a live reaction, and you'll be with us in spirit, sir.
I'll be in spirit.
Right. Yep. All right, Damien.
So, again, for me, I'm all for it. It was a nice, great shock and surprise. Even though it was on my mind, it was kind of like, in a way, kind of like, like a far off reach. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if you got to pick somebody, yeah, Punk. But the fact that it's got a lot of deep ties, some deep story, just off grip, like, the relationship between Punk and Heyman, and then Heyman and Roman. Roman inducts Heyman, but who's sitting next to Heyman's kids in the front row? Punk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's going to be epic. I can't wait to see the first night on Netflix, because we might be able to get a Roman and Punk start of a feud, possibly. Or later down on the line, period. This is something that they can always come back to. And is it just me, but Punk being in this War Games match makes it that much more legitimate, that more serious, and not just 10 guys in a cage?
I
Like,
mean,
being dead ass. Like,
I agree with you on that one. Yes.
look what he did with the Hell in a Cell match.
That's exactly what I was about. I was gonna bring that up. That
I feel like Punk being in this match is giving the War Games match validity that it definitely needs.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. The way that it was set up with OG versus 2.0, that's validity, because that's real beef.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a reason for war.
Right.
But then you add in that surprise, factor of Punk. I feel like it just makes it that much more legitimate. Like, he's going to war because they put hands on my wise man. They put hands on my boy. So now you gotta get got. Like, it just literally, it just brings more real life to it. So yeah, I'm all fucking for it. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's give the heels the advantage, and let's see if the faces can get a W. Which, I don't know. I feel like the heels might get that W though.
You know what I can't stand on here though? Let me tell you about what I can't stand with this matchup happening. How quickly fucking Bronson Reed was like, I have a tribal chief now. I'm
Right?
like, bruh, you are a fucking walking monster, bruh. You can eat all these members, and you out here like, yep, Solo's my tribal chief. My tribal chief. Like,
Actually, I can't wait to see Jacob Fatu versus Bronson Reed.
bruh.
They're gonna have
Again.
to reinforce. They're gonna have to reinforce the. No, I mean, in WWE, I want to see that. They're gonna have to reinforce the ring. They're probably gonna have to put a cage around the crowd, not the ring, the crowd. And set them 10 rows back
Right.
from the cage. Because
that ring's going to explode, and it's going to be amazing.
I mean, this might have to be a parking lot brawl or empty arena match, because I feel like other people's lives are going to be at risk if these two monsters get a chance to lock horns. And it's one of those things. I didn't know I wanted that match until you see them standing next to each other. Can you imagine that as a tag team?
Oh yeah,
No.
I'm
as a tag team wrestler.
I would love it.
No.
I would love
let me get
it.
Fatu and Reed as a tag team.
All right, Cliff, you can go take them on. I don't want no pause.
Oh no, I wasn't saying that I wanted to face them.
Oh no! You wouldn't death threat for me.
100%.
You
Let
saying
me get in
tag
that ring.
team.
Let me.
I'm a tag team wrestler, which
Yeah, I
means all
understand
other tag teams got to get put on notice because these two behemoth of monsters are just gonna eat everybody up. All the tag teams are just gonna be gone because who's beating them two fools? Who?
Nobody. But I would like to see the authors
Who?
of Pain.
Me.
You and your yellow big lighter. All right, you go tag that yellow big lighter and you throw it at Bronson Reed. And you tell me what he gonna do after.
I got light tubes.
He
But
might
yeah,
not.
no. You throw that yellow big lighter at Solo.
Okay, fuck Solo.
Yeah, throw it at
Fuck
Solo.
Solo.
Watch Jacob maul you.
And he
I'll
might.
kick that man in the dick and just take the DQ.
Listen.
Look. At least you're taking the DQ. I was gonna roll out and take the count out.
Yeah,
Nope, taking the DQ.
I'm gonna start the match.
Y'all are actually going through the match. I'm not coming.
I'm showing up.
You're a bum.
Look,
Fine.
no,
I want to live.
look,
I'm gonna
I will
no. This is what I'm doing.
referee.
I'll be completely fine.
This is what
I
I'm
want to
doing.
live.
I'm getting in the ring. I'm getting in the ring with Bronson Reed, right? I'm
And
standing
you
there.
did.
Listen. I'm standing there, right? I'm staring at this man face to face. We locking eyes. We walking around, right? I'm tagging my partner, walking out. Just so I can say I've been in there long enough. I didn't say I had to finish the match.
Look, again, you're a better man than I am because as soon as I got in the ring and the bell rung, I'm duffing the ref. Match over.
Pulling a Randy Orton, smacking a ref.
And I'm just gonna smack him enough so he can, that he's not knocked out and he can ring the bell.
Y'all are insane. All right, let me give my 2 cents on this. So look, I'm all for CM Punk being the 5th member. Like I was like Dean. I was shocked. I didn't expect Punk. I remember when we were talking about Punk coming back to WWE. Damien said that he needs to be on a trial basis, on a couple of months basis. All right,
And I feel like they're doing that,
and they're doing it. So so after the Hell in a Cell, I was like, cool. Let me not see you till January. I was cool with not seeing Punk till January. So I had no thoughts of Punk. Like you said, Cliff. It's the idea, like, yeah, it's there, but like, if you need it, cool. I'm not mad at it. But let me tell you something. Actually, hearing that,
I went fucking crazy.
You would have thought I was in the arena. Like, I'm glad I was by myself. I watched it by myself. I was screaming. This building, this apartment building, you would have thought someone was being murdered because that's how loud I was screaming.
They were in my state. So I think I heard the fans from Salt Lake City all the way down here in Orem, which is about 30 miles away.
Man, I wasn't expecting it. And then, like we were all mentioned, it's just the little small nuances is what made this segment really, really work. We talk about Heyman's facial expressions, his facial expressions, and a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's how Heyman delivers lines. Yeah. Heyman, he will like elongate certain words. He'll put some grovel behind it to make you feel. And that's something you like, they teach you in acting school that, and not many people do that. And so Paul just chef's kiss. Now, here's my hot take. Not really a hot take because I saw somebody say it earlier on Twitter. But what if this, and I think this is going to happen, and we also talked about it too on the chat. I think Mr. Paul Heyman turns on the OG bloodline.
Well, look at the way he was dressed.
That's exactly where I was going, my good friend, sir. Yes, look at the way Mr. Heyman was dressed. He wasn't in his normal suit. He had some red on, some color, no button down. Looks very familiar to a certain tribal chief.
Yeah.
Before
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't know, man. Nothing is ever coincidental in the E. We've known that for over 50 years now.
Yeah, everything counts.
They don't do nothing by accident or by coincidence. Everything has a reason. So, with that, as much as I love for the OG bloodline to be victorious right after Thanksgiving, they ate their turkey and now they're going to fight in this cell and we're like, yeah, let's go. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Paul is turning, and I think Paul's joining the Bloodline 2.0.
See, I have something a little different in mind. Like, I did peep the gear, right? All right, the suit. However, I feel like Heyman is like legitly going to just side with Punk in general. I think that Punk is the one that has his number, even though that whole Sammy thing with the phone, where he looked at his phone and then tossed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like there's a lot of little things in this whole entire story that over the next like month or two, I think are going to like come to the surface. Like I think 2.0 is going to possibly win the War Games match, and Roman's not going to really get that victory to either Saturday night's main event or the Rumble.
Yeah,
let's just be honest.
Yeah,
and it makes sense though, because it makes sense.
Because look, if
Bloodline 2.0
is a badass team, L, where do you go with them?
Exactly, but 2.0 is a badass team. We cannot take that from them. I mean, yes, Tongalo is a little sloppy, little loosey goosey, but like
he's having fun, man.
If you notice though, he's making less and less mistakes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's starting to grasp it. So like, and then there's just so much room for all these other fucking Samoans to show up. It's like, I mean, they just signed Lance. They got all the, it is so
Leo's there too.
Yeah, and then and they got their eye on Zilla.
Yeah,
and all the rest of them, the whole ID thing. There's just so much going on. But because they've been doing this long-term storyline and we've been invested going on 5 fucking years. 5 years. At this point, it's a fucking miniseries.
Bro, it really is.
Let's keep it apart. It dude, right now, this might be the best story since Harry Potter.
It's crazy.
This guy, y'all.
Don't just say it. Shit, might be the best thing since the Star Wars saga. Like this got some traction.
I agree. If you have the bloodline, the OG bloodline, win this, where do you go with 2.0? I will also say to comment on all these Samoans coming in. I will not accept 2.0 or Solo as my tribal chief until he brings in Haku.
I can't be mad at that either.
I ain't mad at that either, but it's fair.
But yeah, no. Again, like I said, I think we're all in agreement. This was an amazing little nod and added person that everybody watching and that is enjoying this didn't know they wanted. And like you said, Chaz, I was happy to not see Punk until January 5th or 6th, whenever the Netflix.
Right, like I wasn't expecting to see Phil till Netflix.
And I'm happy.
I would have been cool not seeing him.
He was not supposed to be on cable until at all. All right,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be streaming him, not cable.
He's supposed to be streaming.
Like he's supposed to be streamed, not cable.
I'm
not
happy.
live broadcast. What broadcast? What is this? 2007?
I think with like I said before, when he came there begin, give him a program, give him some time off. Give him the program, give him some time off. He can go down and he fucking loves NXT. That's almost like a safe fucking haven. So yeah, give him time off and let him go down to NXT and let him have a fucking ball.
Bro, that'd be more of a reason for me to go to NXT.
I think Phil's been officially a part of the company almost a year. I think the end of the week. next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that was
Yep.
the vibe. Wow.
And we've heard nothing but great things. So,
Unless you
as I
suck.
said before, who really was the problem?
Good old booger sugar.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
hop
check
in.
the comments.
Starts off with that's because you're old. Talking about
Yes. That's correct. Mr.
but honestly, it depends. Ayo. Let's get into one of the SWOs will take the pin. It won't be Solo or Bronson. I
Probably
actually
not.
think it's gonna be Jimmy.
If somebody's gonna take the
think
pinfall,
Jimmy? Okay.
Yeah. I think Jimmy's he's the most expendable out of all of them. It sounds crazy to say it that way.
Yeah, it did. Like, that's why I made the face. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, I get the point that you're making.
You're right. Now that I think about it, you're right.
But that statement is just that's a wild statement. But I get it. I get your point though.
Yeah, because I mean, like you'd be like Jay, Jay, like he's
doing his thing,
Jay, right?
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. Obviously, you're not pinning Punk, right? Because Punk's back. Roman's not taking that.
He already took the L.
He already took an L once.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Sammy would have been the one I picked.
But
I
I
would pick Jimmy over Sammy.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. Y'all gonna Sammy's turning.
Oh yeah.
I think he might be too.
If he doesn't turn, I expected him to take the pin, but I wholeheartedly am ready for him to kick Roman in the face.
I think something happens where it comes down. Sammy just haluva kicks Jimmy and then stands there and looks, and then Solo takes the thumb to the throat and then takes gets the pin. Twitch is Nookie your entrance music.
Yes, it is.
Performing or attending, we're talking about Focus Pro. Yes. That's what I'll tell you.
I'm doing that.
He said, "Damn, do a show in Maryland. How about you hide the PA when you come see me when I'm in the Pennsylvania area?" Because I'm down quite often. It was back to back
for both of you.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you were. It was back to back. Yeah.
Yeah. I came down for HWF, and then I came down like 2 weeks later for SWA.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Gunther and Breaker. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
That's gonna be fire.
Earthquake and Typhoon, talking about other tag teams you don't want to step in the ring with.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I wouldn't want to step in the ring with that. Jericho, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Jericho is easy to take out.
Fuck, Solo won a match without interference. Fuck him. I feel like we had the same opinion about Roman last year.
We did.
Yeah. That's why it's funny.
Yes.
That's why it's funny because he did. Yeah.
Kane and Undertaker.
That is also two that I would never be in the ring with.
Oh yeah.
What a waste that would be.
I do.
Go through all that to bring him back and have him turn? No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel you. The following announcement has been paid by the Samoan World.
The Samoan World is my favorite running joke on this show, and it'll never not be number one.
Rikishi comes back, turns on the bloodline, gives a stink face to Heyman.
I actually wouldn't be mad at that.
I was about to say, you cooking now. Wait a minute.
Solo turns on the rest of 2.0.
I mean, if he's smart, if he was smart though, let's be real. If Solo was smart, he would do that.
If they lose, why does Chaz look like Terrence Howard's sister on meth? Hey, yo.
Why?
That came out of nowhere.
Damn. Chaz.
Shout out to Paul Peters.
Who did you piss in?
I don't know what you did, man. One of the Tom Guns. It's because he's not feeling very oozy. This is the comment. Chaz looks like Rikishi on Ozempic.
Wow. Hey, yo, that's actually funny.
That was good.
That's funny. I can't get mad at that. That's funny. That's funny.
That was good. Nice one, Paul. Nice one.
He said his ego. Yo, so Solo would turn because of his ego. Yeah. I can see that. You know what's funny? I want I'm just thinking about this. God dang, thinking about this comment. So, and this is probably not a hot take, so I don't really know. I wanted to bring this up with you guys, and since we're always doing this show like this, the other day, right, one of my clients was talking to me, and we were talking about wrestling, and I said, most wrestlers, now there's always exceptions to rules, right?
Exactly.
But I was like, I feel like the majority of wrestlers who are considered the GOAT have no ass to them, male or female. Like just butt. It's just one long back. That's what I said. And they're like, what? That's not true. It was like, yeah, actually, I'm gonna pull up a bunch of pictures and just see where we go. But I wanted to get your guys, because after I showed a couple pictures, they were like, oh my God, maybe you have a point here.
Valid. Very,
Because
very
I mean,
valid
Oh,
point.
shit.
yeah, I was like, when you think about it, okay, hold on. This would be the exception. Would be basically,
He would be the
Yeah.
exception.
I was like,
I
that's the
did
exception.
say there were exceptions to the rules.
Yes.
right? I did say, but when you look back, you tell me, Charlotte, right?
2x4s have more
He
curves.
suffers from acetol.
Yo, but I'm just like, and we'll keep it 100. We mentioned her earlier today, Mercedes. Okay,
Yeah.
we mentioned another, right? Becky, right? Another one.
Yeah.
You do have your exceptions. I will say that you do have your Rhea's one of those exceptions, right?
Yes.
But even if you look at the male side, right? Let's keep it $150. The Rock, Stone Cold, and John Cena are all flat bag.
Oh God.
So
yeah,
is
they are.
JBL.
Yeah,
Yo,
he is.
yo,
Like, why
Kofi.
you can put a movie on that.
No, you ain't
That's what I'm
lying.
saying. But this is what I was getting at, and I was
They
like,
just like
people were
that.
like, "No, that's not true. That's not true." And it's like, 100% is true.
Yes, and Rikishi is an exception to that rule.
That was his whole thing.
But
He just dump trucked you. I mean, you could be like Yokozuna, right? But when we look at Brett and Sean, Hunter,
none.
nothing.
None.
Brett,
Acetol. I told you they suffer from
Flat
acetol. No ass at all.
Speaking of which, right there's my comment for Yokozuna. But yeah, I was like, yo, I was laughing about it, and yo, my client was like, "That's not true. That's not true. That's not true." I was like, "I promise you, it is." That was like anybody.
Somebody ain't doing their squats.
No, yes, squat game doesn't. Well, you know what's funny, man? Do you ever remember when JR was talking about it? He was like, "Nobody cares about the legs. Everybody cares about arms and chests." Like, so, stay tough. And like even Undertaker shared that story about the dude. He shared it on the Joe Rogan Experience about a guy who was shoulder pressing 405 and he didn't do squats. Like he just had sticks he had like a big ass chest and like stick for legs, and he couldn't squat the weight that he was shoulder pressing, which is insane to me.
Right?
But,
You don't skip leg day. You don't skip leg day.
no, he said that's an odd conversation for sure. Yeah,
It is.
It is. But again, you guys forget who's talking.
You're right.
They're missing a lot of WWE like that. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that conversation with you guys because I think it's crazy. But the more you look at it, the more you're like, I mean, he's speaking facts.
That's actually. I forgot to bring this up. There was one thing that should have not been on fucking Full Gear at all.
Oh,
At fucking all.
okay.
How the fuck do you have a championship celebration 4 months after winning the fucking title? Why? Why couldn't that have been an internet exclusive? Why the fuck couldn't it have been on Rampage or fucking Collision? Not even fucking Dynamite. Because it's 4 fucking months old. Why? Because you wanted to do a fucking angle? Seriously? You couldn't have did that 4 months ago? That couldn't have been the setup of your first fucking challenger? You waited 4 fucking months? And if it's because this chick couldn't be there, then you should have just fucking scrapped it. Tony, put the straw down. You probably don't use a straw. Put the $100 bill down.
He just face plants right into it.
Probably does. You ever seen what's that movie with Chevy Chase when he's possessed? and she puts down the salt around the bed, and he just snorts it all the way around. It's from the 80s. He just like snorts it, and there's like, that's Tony every fucking day. He just puts a line through his hotel room all around like train tracks. And
that wasn't Caddyshack, was it?
No, it wasn't Caddyshack. It's God damn it! What the hell? I just watched this movie like 6 months ago.
I don't know. Hold on. Modern Problems.
That's it. That's the movie.
I legit went to Google and typed in Chevy Chase possessed movie, and that's literally the first thing that popped up.
If you probably even described that scene, it definitely would have popped up. So again, this is why Tony Khan was on my dumbass of the week. Why did you put that on? For what reason? Please.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yes, it fucking is. Yes, it fucking is, because that was unfucking necessary and a waste of 20 minutes.
100%. I agree. It was not necessary. All right, Chaz, take us out.
Let's before we take us out,
I
gotta read the results.
Yes.
All right, so let's do the GOAT talk first. Let's do that one. All right, so GOAT talk. Who is the GOAT of managers? With 100% of the votes, Paul Heyman.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
GOAT of managers. You can still vote on that, by the way. Just like for the dumbass of the week, it's 24 hours, so you got another 23 hours to go and vote on that. But let's go with dumbass of the week. All right, let's see here. Wow. All right, that's interesting. I kind of figured that. All right, so Chris Jericho got 0 votes.
You know, I'm not mad about that.
Tony Khan, 33%. IWC. 66%.
Well, I mean, they kind of deserve it.
Yes, absolutely.
What they did was way more egregious.
Yes.
Than Tony Khan like going on a coke bender all week and like fucking up all of Full Gear. So I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes, you know, we do too much cocaine, and sometimes we don't do enough.
There's no we in that one, brother. You on your own. There's no we.
Just in general.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to blow your spot up. My bad.
Ain't no we. Ain't no coke. No, sir. On that note, if you haven't already done so, hit that follow button on your favorite social media platform. Hit that like button, subscribe, share to all your friends. Check out Now Into the Ring, our interview show. Cliff's got interviews coming up, so be on the lookout for that. We got our live watch along for Survivor Series this weekend, so definitely come hang with us at the Villains Lounge so we can watch the awesome War Games match with our favorite Phil. I'm gonna get Phil on this podcast. I'm gonna get CM Punk on this podcast. I don't know how. Cliff will figure it out.
Well, we might all be in debt if we do,
hey,
but we might make a shit ton of money back for having him.
I'll be in Vegas. I'll be in Vegas. So if I gotta go,
what you're saying is we'll just break even.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Possibly, and I mean I'll be in Vegas as well. So
yeah, we'll just because we're gonna interview him in his hotel room. We're just gonna knock on his hotel door and be like, "Hey, interviewer now, go Cliff." Hey, it's your man that leads you up this mountain. Go right then and there on the spot. Man's probably taking a nap, and he's like, "Who the fuck?" Yep, he's gonna hate wrestling again after.
Don't worry about it.
But make sure you tell all your friends about us, and we'll watch another episode. Actually, you can watch last week's episode if you missed it, or you can watch Now Into the Ring. And you got some cool episodes. I'm on
rewatch this episode.
You should actually rewatch this one because this
one was really off the hook. You definitely should rewatch it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, Mr. Golden asked, "What did the IWC do?" I guess he wasn't here earlier.
So the IWC, they, in a long story short, went off on Kate from Fightful for her question towards Bobby Lashley. A lot of egregious, vile, foul stuff being thrown her way, which isn't called for. But yeah, that's why they're getting the dumbass of the week.
They've been egregious all fucking week.
They had this
Crying about the wrestlers getting time off last week, making Ryback actually right.
Yeah.
God, that fucking hurts every time I say that. And made sense. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all made Ryback make sense.
Drugs.
Yep.
You're right, drugs. You're right, drugs.
But yeah, shout out to everybody watching us. We got a lot of people up here watching us today.
Thank you, Mr. Golden, for the wordplay. But
we out. Later. Bye.
Hey guys, it's the host of the 3 Count, Chaz Evans here. Make sure to let you know that I don't run shit, I don't do shit, I just talk shit. And make sure you subscribe to our podcast. What else did you do? You should also follow us on all social medias. That's the Facebook at 3 Count Podcast, the Instagram at 3 Count Pod, and the Twitter at 3count_pod. Also, if you like us a lot, you should definitely buy a t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/3countpod, and that's the number 3. Don't be an idiot and type in THREE, because you're not going to find anything. So make sure you follow us at 3 Count Pod or 3count_pod on Twitter and buy a shirt. Be there or be somewhere else.